My first ever professional rugby game, running out on the pitch at a ground which you've sort of grown up as a kid in the stands watching, it was a bit surreal, absolutely terrifying. And that led on to a 10-year career up until 2017 when the accident happened. Does it sound all right?
Sounds perfect, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That rendered me completely paralysed from the shoulders down. I was most likely never going to walk again. Yes, it was denting your pride, obviously not being able to do anything for yourself and being completely useless, but actually it was more a loss of not just identity, but a loss of self completely. And I remember thinking to myself then, look, in 6 months' time, if I look back and I've cut corners and I've just carried on lying here feeling sorry for myself, and now everyone's got to look after me, and it's affected their life as well, I'll never be able to look myself in the mirror. So that's when I just sort of looked down and just spent every waking moment trying to move something. After a couple of days after being delivered that news, my toe flicked for the first time. The rule book went out the window a little bit then, and I was like, right, all bets are off, let's see how far we can take this. And so I wanted to set myself a challenge to motivate myself to rehab towards, but also I wanted to send, the most important thing was I wanted to send a message to everyone else in hospital who'd also been given a guarded prognosis or a negative prognosis, that maybe that doesn't have to be the case. And I knew if I did something stupid, like trying to climb Snowdon one year after being told I was never going to walk again, at least it would, make certain levels of press, and people might see it in hospital, and it might be the one message that gets through to one person that motivates them to try again. When your back's against the wall, you realise how much deeper you can dig. And mountaineering emphasises that as well, especially high altitude stuff. Your brain is telling you you're done probably 4 or 5 days before you're actually done. Being outside and in nature is just so important for all of our own mental health. I think it's the biggest untapped resource for positive mental health. Now I use it for my own peace of mind and to find that mindfulness and that quiet space, as well as somewhere where I practice pushing myself to my limits. But just being outside is where we're meant to be. 6 months after the accident, I said, look, if enough good can come from this situation, then technically it won't be a bad situation anymore. And the best way to do that was for it to benefit others. So, one thing's led to another, and now I've got my own charity doing exactly that. And I think, yes, it benefits others, but it's all been part of the healing process for me. The single biggest thing for me has been perspective shift. I find more purpose in the work we do with the charity, the work I do mentoring, than I ever have in anything else. I'm not going to be the same person again. I'm never going to be Ed the rugby player. And actually I've found things now that I'm more capable at and I find more purpose in. So I was never actually Ed the rugby player, I was Ed who played rugby.